What's up, everybody? Welcome to CFP Talks. My name is Joe Nissom. With me, as always, is the man, the myth, the legend, David Fuchs. David,
Ah,
what's
I'm
going on?
great. You didn't have anything creative that time. The
I
man,
mean,
the
look,
myth,
man,
the
I can't
legend.
get, look, I
I
can't come up
mean,
all the time.
that's good. I mean, I take the compliment, but that's not incomparable like the last couple.
Ah, come on, dude. You can't, if I give it to you all the time, then it's not going to mean anything, you know? We like to, I like a little mystery in our
Nah,
relationship.
you're good.
Huh?
You're good. You're good. You're good.
What's going on, David? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm ready to talk more, little untold tips that, I think these are all pretty good tips that we bring to our clientele and our people every cycle. So I'm looking forward to this. I like the last topic that we did with the group studying. I like this one too.
Well, I think you are really kind of the example that always sticks out of my mind when we talk about this topic because
Really?
you always kind of bring it back. You said this probably what 2 years ago now. You're like, it's not I pass, it's we pass. And that's one of my favorite things that you said. And it's I think it's just so indicative of the process. And I just want to I love for you to kind of just speak on that for a minute.
I mean, it wasn't anything really behind it. I was kind of just kissing a lot of people's asses.
All right. All right.
Um, Yeah, so there's not much to say. No, like, I mean, listen, like I said that I actually truly felt it. I don't know if a lot of people, I think a lot of people do. That when you pass an exam like of this caliber, right, where there's a lot of time that goes into it, there's a lot of effort that goes into it, there's just a lot that goes into an exam that's this intense. And when you take into consideration the late nights, maybe the early mornings, the days that you're not able to help cook dinner, or you're not able to help stuff around the house, or you're not able to make your lunch for the next day, but you have someone, it could be your parents if you're living at home, it could be your significant other if you're living with them. Um, if you have somebody or if there's someone in your life or multiple people in your life that can take some of that off your plate for the 3 or 4 months, it's extraordinarily helpful. And that's why I said, and I really truly meant it when I passed this, which this is coming out in December of 2024. We're coming up on 3 years at this point. I really truly meant it. Like I would not have been able to do this if I didn't have help outside of myself. And I just think that for most people, it is almost, you know, it's pretty critical to have that.
Yeah, I think it's almost a necessity,
That's what I meant to say.
right?
It's
Like
a
it's
necessity.
almost a necessity. I'm good with the words, David. I'm good with the
Yeah.
words and the
Yeah.
math, not the
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah.
But, I think you need this in some shape or form. And it's good to get this from a study partner. Like this is an important person, like we were chatting about, and it's important to get that support. But sometimes you're going to get more accountability out of your study partner than support. It's tough to be both.
Yeah.
And I think
I
having
agree.
somebody outside of the CFP process that gives you a outsider's perspective is also good because you need the balance, right? You need that person that's going to keep you moving along. And at times it's going to feel like, do we really need to be doing this? And the answer is yes. But then when you're not studying, you need somebody to take you away from the study, right? Friends, family, significant other, get out, do something. Don't sit there and stare at your books and feel guilty for not studying. That help you balance this out because the process is grueling. The process can be challenging. The process is not just, the it's simple, but it's not easy. And the one thing that nobody takes into account is how tired you're going to be, how discouraged you're going to feel at times. And that's where your support system steps in and goes, you got it. You got to keep working at it. Like nobody gets it the first time around. Nobody gets it the second time. You need that repetition. And no matter what an instructor does or your study partner, having somebody outside of that, I think is important. I think it's really good. You're going to get a lot from those people. You're going to get a lot from an instructor. You're going to get a lot from your study partner. You still need that other piece, not just for the tangible parts,
No,
like you're saying. Like,
yeah. Oh, you're talking about the emotional support, 100%. 100%. I personally think, yes, actually, yeah, you're right. I mean, it's, maybe 50-50. Like I think that having an someone to emotionally support you is like great, and like you definitely need that. I think more of it comes from the tangible stuff that they take off your plate. Like, all right, I don't have to take, a half hour to cook dinner tonight and clean the dishes, or I don't have to walk the dog in the morning because I'm going to be up late the night before. Like, I found that stuff to be significantly more helpful and much more of a support system from a non-study partner than it was than what they can offer from an emotional standpoint.
I, those things matter. They absolutely matter. Like again, I had moved when I was new and like people stopping off and dropping off a meal. People saying, "Hey, you want a coffee? I'm gonna come
Yeah,
by with 2 cups of coffee." What's
right.
that like? And not only does that save you time and effort, but they come in, they give you like a little reprieve, break you out of your funk. You go back in, you have a couple laps, you take it easy, and then you're able to get back into your studying. It doesn't feel it helps alleviate some of the gravity of that. But the tangibles are important. And if you're lucky and you have people like that at work too, who are saying, get out of here at 4 o'clock.
Hmm.
Get your ass out of here, get home, get there early, go do whatever it is that you got to do. That is a blessing, and if the people around you at work are also supporting you tangibly, that really, really helps.
Well, the work part is huge. And listen, like the fact of the matter is if you're taking this exam, you're probably in a work environment where your peers and your bosses either know you're taking it, or even on top of that, know you're taking it and completely know the position that you're in. So chances are they're going to lay off you a little bit. And especially if you ask them and you go to them and say, listen, I'm taking the CFP, chances are they're going to take some stuff off your plate. They're going to be more understanding about your schedule. You may have to come in a little bit later. You may have to leave a little bit earlier for certain things. That can't be understated. If you have a work system, meaning a manager and your peers that are all willing to help you out and pick up your piece of the puzzle while you're going to be a little bit out of commission. I actually, to be honest with you, think that that may be more important than the support system that you get at home. Because if the support system that you get at home, like you're more comfortable, like, you may not feel as like, hesitant to ask your partner or your parents, hey, I need this help. And you may not hesitate to get a little bit aggressive with asking them for that. You're not doing that. You're not doing that with your boss or your peers.
Right.
So so my point is that if they're not willing to be on board with you, you're shit out of luck because you're not going to speak back to your boss. You're not going to be a dick to your peers or your colleagues.
Let's hope not.
Well, let's hope not. Yeah, most people won't. But if you have a support system at work that are like, we're all hands on deck, we got you covered for whatever you need us for, that is really, really awesome and something that you should definitely not take advantage of and be appreciative of.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it makes a absolutely tremendous difference because sometimes, the things that tend to put people over are usually not the big things. It's usually the little things,
Yeah,
right? It's that I have 10 little things on my list that are not necessarily individually that time consuming, but collectively they're time consuming. The groceries, the extra client proposal that I got to do, running this
yeah.
through. And People taking a half hour here and a half hour there and a half hour here, that's your studying for the day, you
That's
know?
the whole thing. Right.
And
Exactly.
so you kind of like it's, taking some of the little things off of your plate, for the next 2 months, you don't have to do any of the filing. Okay, great. That lets me get out of here and or even some of the more mentally intense stuff that gives you a little energy when you get home, those are big things. So
Yeah.
I think this is, you know, you're there on the tangible side, the tangibles, absolutely. The emotionals, also important. And here's the thing that I think for everybody, I think it'll be a little bit different. Some people need more of the emotional support. Some people need more of the tangible support. And it doesn't matter what you need. That doesn't, it's not telling of anything other than that's the support you need. I would suggest, and I think you would probably agree with this, David, ask for what you need.
And I was gonna actually make sure because they're not gonna come to you. Nobody,
Yes.
as you know, nobody's knocking on your door asking, "Hey, well, how can I help you?" You
Yeah.
you need to go and say, "Hey," and it could be at home. Hey, parents, wife, husband, kids, whatever. I need you guys for the next couple weeks or next couple months to really step up and handle these activities so I can
Right.
handle this. And then on the flip side, at work, even more so
Yes.
because they're definitely not going to help. They're not come knocking on your door. You need to go to your boss, your manager, your director, your colleagues and say, "Hey, listen, here's the situation. I may need you guys to step up. Like, is that okay? Let's kind of have a plan for some of these things that may need to be picked up while I am going to be consumed by this exam."
Right.
And listen, most people are cool. Like
Yeah.
most people are going to be more than happy to help you.
Yeah.
If
And
not
some
for the
people are going
sole,
to, some people are going to say no, but for the most part,
most people are going to be cool and say yes, if not for the sole reason of knowing that they have an IOU in their back pocket for you. But, but,
true,
but,
true, true, true.
but I do think that most people want to help you out and they want to help out their colleagues and they're nice people and they're cool. You just got to ask. And, it's something that you maybe should do from the get-go, not 2 weeks before. Hey, by the way, I'm taking the CFP in 2 weeks. Like, I'm going to need you to do this, this, and this. No, you say it from the beginning. Hey, I'm taking the CFP. There's gonna be a lot of prep that I'm gonna need to do over these next few months. There's gonna be times where I may need to leave early or I may need to ask you to help out with something. Is that okay? Let's come up with a process for that. And chances are it'll be fine.
Yeah, and I think people are far more amicable when you communicate that in advance. Like,
Right. That's my
hey,
point. Exactly.
yeah, like, hey, like this is probably going to be par for the course over the next 2 months,
Yes.
and then they're do it. So
And it's cool.
it
Exactly.
is. So figure out what it is that you need and learn how to ask for it. That doesn't give you the permission to be a dick. It just means ask for it nicely, knowing that sometimes the answer might be no, but I would say 80% of the time plus, you're probably getting that yes that you want. And
I
that's
would say,
not
yeah.
bad.
Yeah. Right.
So, as always, everybody with any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to reach out to David or myself. And please make sure that you like this video and subscribe to our channel. And we will see you guys next time. Have a great day.